Nigeria on the march again.
On the march again.
Looking for Mr. President.
On the march again.
MKO is our man. Oh. Now him go make our country better.
He's the man.
For progress and a better tomorrow.
He's our man.
Make you vote for him, my brother. I say make you vote for him, my sister.
He's our man.
Everybody make una vote for him.
He's the man.
Now him be our only hope.
He's our man.
I say now him be hope for tomorrow.
He's the man.
On the march again.
On the march again.
SDP the people's choice.
On the march again.
MKO is the man.
Imagine a nation on the brink of democracy, where the voices of its people rang loud and clear, demanding freedom and justice. On June 12, 1993, Nigeria witnessed a pivotal moment in its history, an election that would change the course of the country's future. But what happened next would shock the world and test the resilience of the Nigerian people. Let's take a journey back to that fateful day and uncover the story of Nigeria's struggle for democracy. Nigeria gained independence in 1960, but democratic dreams were soon shattered by military coups and authoritarian rule. From Aguiyi Ironsi to Yakubu Gowon, military leaders dominated Nigeria's politics, stifling democratic growth. The Second Republic, from 1979 to 1983, offered brief respite, but President Shagari's government was ousted by General Muhammadu Buhari. Nigerians yearned for democracy, sparking protests and movements. General Babangida's transition to civil rule program from 1985 to 1993 promised democratic reforms. Two parties emerged, the Social Democratic Party (SDP) and National Republican Convention (NRC). June 12, 1993 marked a pivotal moment. Nigerians voted overwhelmingly for Moshood Abiola, but the election was annulled, sparking widespread outrage and protests. The international community condemned the annulment, imposing sanctions. June 12, 1993 remains a defining moment in Nigerian history, symbolizing the struggle for democracy and the resilience of the Nigerian people. In 1985, General Ibrahim Babangida seized power in a bloodless coup, ending the reign of Major General Muhammadu Buhari. Babangida's regime promised a transition to civil rule, introducing the Transition to Civil Rule program. This program aimed to establish a democratic government through a series of steps, which included creation of new administrative structure. The regime created new states and local government units. Constitution preparation process. A constitution drafting committee was formed to create a new constitution. Local elections. Elections were held at the local government level on a zero-party basis. Lifting of ban on politics. The ban on political activities was lifted, allowing for the formation of political parties. Formation of political parties. Two parties emerged, the Social Democratic Party (SDP) and the National Republican Convention (NRC). Abiola, an outsider, secured the SDP's presidential nomination, beating Ambassador Babagana Kingibe and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The SDP's platform focused on economic development, debt management, and international cooperation.
Now why for this life, oh, now so palava. I tire for this problem, I tire for life, oh. Guinea, no work, no food, no house, no life. This small water, then they bring now so dirty, they pull am. This small money, I they get now so transport, they chop am. School low, now headache, hospital, no work. I tire for life, oh. My brother, waiting you they think, oh. My sister, help don't come. SDP, MKO, Kingibe, action. MKO, Kingibe, SDP, progress. Abiola na the hope, SDP na the party to solve our problem and better our life, oh. MKO, 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 action. Abiola, 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 progress. Now him be the hope for better tomorrow.
The NRC, the other major party, presented Alhaji Bashir Tofa as its presidential candidate. Tofa's campaign also focused on economic development and stability. Moshood Abiola, a renowned Nigerian business magnate, publisher, and politician, was born in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Abiola's life was a testament to his determination to succeed. From selling firewood at age 9 to support his family, to becoming a chartered accountant and vice president of ITT Corporation. Abiola's journey was nothing short of remarkable. Abiola's vision for Nigeria was built on his commitment to democracy and economic development. He founded various businesses, including Abiola Farms, Abiola Bookshops, and Concord Airlines, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth. His presidential campaign in 1993, with slogans like "Farewell to Poverty" and "At last, our rays of hope," resonated with Nigerians across ethnic and religious divides. Baba Gana Kingibe, Abiola's primary opponent and later running mate, was a seasoned politician and diplomat. Kingibe's experience and influence helped strengthen Abiola's candidacy, particularly in the northern regions. The Abiola Kingibe ticket represented a symbolic unity between the South and North, fostering hope for a more inclusive and representative government. The presidential election was held on June 12, 1993. It was supposed to be a day of hope and celebration for Nigerians, marking the country's transition from military rule to democracy. The presidential election, held after years of transition programs initiated by General Ibrahim Babangida, saw Moshood Abiola of the Social Democratic Party emerge victorious, winning 19 out of 30 states and the Federal Capital Territory. However, in a shocking turn of events, Babangida annulled the election results, citing electoral irregularities and the need to protect the country's judiciary.
He stands firmly by what he's done. Perhaps has a wind of what the SDP's position is.
Well, I'm not asking him to apologize. I just ask him that in the light of the popular mandate of the Nigerian people, as a Nigerian too, and as a leader of Nigeria, he should think again. That is all. I'm not asking for apology. In fact, that is not required.
Are there any other views we want to put across?
Well, this is a very, it is not always every time that the changeover of government from military to civilian goes as clockwork as that of Obasanjo to Ejisho Shagari. It could be difficult in some instances, But maturity is required to deal with it, experience is required, and patriotism is required on both sides.
Yes.
That will not be lacking by the grace of God on this occasion too. Certainly not on this side.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
The annulment sparked widespread protests and riots across the country, particularly in the southwest region of Nigeria. Over 100 demonstrators lost their lives, and hundreds more were arrested and detained without trial. The international community condemned the annulment, with the United Kingdom, United States, and European Union suspending aid to Nigeria. The Commonwealth also joined in the condemnation, expelling Nigeria from its membership, further isolating Nigeria on the global stage. Moshood Abiola, determined to claim his rightful place as president, traveled to London and Washington to seek international support.
I must appeal to Babangida. If he really truly loves Nigeria, he should set Nigeria free. If he becomes a civilian, as the army seems to be telling him to do now, it will make things a lot easier, because it will be one civilian against the other. A man with a loaded gun, it takes a lot of courage to confront him the way God has had to make me do in the last few days, in the last few weeks. But if he did not want a transition, why order an election? Why raise the hope of...
These actions pressured the Nigerian government to reconsider its actions, and eventually led to the resignation of General Babangida. Babangida signed a decree establishing the interim national government led by Ernest Shonikan. As interim president, Shonikan initially appointed Abiola as his vice president, who refused to recognize the interim government. The crisis lingered for months, culminating in the seizure of power by General Sani Abacha. Upon Abiola's return from London, he declared himself president and commander-in-chief, leading to his arrest and imprisonment by the Abacha regime.
This government has always expressed its commitment to dialogue as a means of resolving our internal differences. We have demonstrated this by our individual and collective efforts at holding consultation at all strata of our society. You will recall that in spite of these overtures and good gestures by government, Chief MKO Abiola flagrantly perpetuated acts which breached the laws of the land, but government in its magnanimity never gave him serious attention. His most recent action of declaring himself the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria incited the public to insurrection and attempting to topple the government by force with a view to installing himself as president, however led to his arrest by the law enforcement agents. The step taken by the law enforcement agents is a legitimate exercise in the performance of their duties. Government does not and should not interfere in the court process.
Abiola's courage sparked a new wave of protests and strikes, with workers in the petroleum sector, banking sector, and academia joining forces to demand his release. Abiola eventually spent 4 years in prison under the Abacha's regime. A day after the death of Abacha in 1998, Moshood Abiola was said to be released from prison. He was later found dead, with controversies surrounding his death. Some say he was poisoned with a cup of tea, while others believe he was beaten and maltreated in prison without treatment, which led to his death.
In the following years, Sawari led dozens of demonstrations.
The Nigerian Democratic Coalition (NADECO) was formed to press for the restoration of democratic structures. Other groups, such as the Campaign for Democracy, joined the fight for democracy. The June 12 crisis had devastating economic and social consequences. The country experienced hyperinflation. Prices skyrocketed, making basic necessities unaffordable for many Nigerians. Food shortages. The crisis led to food shortage, exacerbating poverty and hunger. Mass unemployment. Businesses shut down, leaving millions without jobs. Social unrest. Protests and riots became commonplace, threatening national stability. Despite the challenges, the June 12 crisis left an indelible mark on Nigerian democracy. The movement strengthened civil society, promoted electoral reforms, and fostered national unity. In 2018, President Muhammadu Buhari declared June 12 as Democracy Day, honoring the sacrifices of those who fought for democracy.
And memory of one of our national heroes for democracy, Chief MKO Abiola, GCFR, we must all work together to ensure this transition is done in a peaceful manner.
The legacy of June 12 serves as a reminder of the importance of protecting democratic institutions and the power of the people to shape their destiny. To move forward, Nigeria must prioritize democratic reforms, including electoral reforms, ensuring free, fair, and credible elections to prevent future annulments, institutional strengthening, building independence and effective institutions such as the judiciary and electoral bodies, civil society engagement, encouraging active citizenship and civic participation in the democratic process, economic development, fostering economic growth and reducing poverty to promote social stability. As Nigeria continues on its democratic journey, it is essential to reflect on the lessons of June 12, 1993. By remembering these pivotal moments, Nigerians can recommit to the principles of democracy, justice, and equality, ensuring a brighter future for all.